Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, these are the LGFA National Volunteer Awards in association with currentaccount.ie. And here is your host, Dáithí Ó Sé.
Se bailóíarah agus furgiad fáilte go dtí ó cádan hí nach ag tachu beo ó Cork an chrócaigh. Ladies and gentlemen, you're all very welcome to our 4th annual LGFA Volunteer of the Year Awards ceremony in association with currentaccount.ie, who are also the proud sponsors of the All-Ireland Ladies Club Football Championships. Gandau, Taurodi, Difriulim, these are very, very different awards this year. Virtual, of course, because of the pandemic. But you know what? We're really looking forward to a hugely enjoyable evening here in Croke Park. This, of course, is the venue that we see so many fantastic players display their skills at the country's most famous Gaelic Games venue. But tonight is all about celebrating, honouring and acknowledging our volunteers, the people who give us so much of their time and help to shape and mould the stars of today and tomorrow. These beautiful awards, as you can see there, have been made by renowned sculptor Jarlath Daly, who also makes the TG Cahir All-Stars Awards on a yearly basis. The only different one is the Lulu Carroll Award, a beautiful piece of crystal which will be presented to the overall volunteer of the year. And this has been presented by the family of Lulu Carroll, who was a wonderful footballer and All-Ireland winner with Laois before her life was sadly cut short at the age of 35 in 2007 following a battle with cancer. So before we introduce you to and speak to our various award winners tonight, I would like to hand you over to the President of the Ladies Gaelic Football Association, Murray Hickey, to officially welcome you here tonight.
Gurmagad Dáithí. Cuireann fáilte ród go leor anocht, ar san Cumann Peall Gael na Mán, go dtí na gradam náisiúnta speisialta seo. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you here this evening to the National Volunteer Awards on behalf of the LGFA. And what a wonderful evening it is to be here to acknowledge the contribution made by so many wonderful award recipients tonight. I'd like to welcome all of our recipients and your families and friends who are joining us, I believe, from across the globe. And also a very special welcome tonight to Seamus Newcombe from currentaccount.ie, who have become partners with the LGFA for our club championships and for the National Volunteer Awards. It is absolutely wonderful to have you as part of the LGFA team. Tonight, as I said, we recognise the wonderful role that is played by volunteers in our community. And obviously, without your contributions, we would not have the LGFA as an association that we have today. Your contributions to our community are immense, be it through schools, clubs, counties, provinces, or indeed at international level. You have made outstanding contributions across all of these areas as coaches, as officers, in promotion of the game, in development of the game, and indeed in the leadership that you have shown in your own communities throughout this very challenging time. We had many nominees this year for all of the positions that we are awarding awards for tonight. And certainly it was a difficult task to pick out the winners, but no doubt you are very worthy of your award tonight. And I would like to congratulate all of the people who were nominated for our awards and to thank all of the people who went to the trouble of making the nomination for them. It certainly is great to be recognised and great to be thanked for the contribution that you make to the association. And certainly as volunteers, we all know the time that you give to your community and to your club or county is absolutely immense. And no doubt there is great enjoyment that you get from it, even though at times there is frustration, there are highs and lows, as we know, with the games on the field. But at the end of the day, we all know the association could not function without the contribution that you make, and it is absolutely essential to our success. As I always say, a great team on the field is backed up by a great team off the field. And without your contributions, the players themselves would not be able to excel in the way that they do. So again, thank you all so much for all of the work that you do on behalf of the association. And I would in particular like to thank Niall Munryan from our office and Lynn Savage for all of the work that they have done in the organisation of these awards tonight. And as always, a big thank you to Dáithí, who is always there to facilitate our events and to host them in such a very professional manner. Gur míle maith agat Dáithí. Agus sinné, gur míle maith agat Galéir, Slán agus Bannacht.
Agus Marie Gurmaha Gutselesh Chomano last year, currentaccount.ie were unveiled as the new sponsors of the All-Ireland Ladies Club Football Championships, the All-Ireland Club Sevens and these National Volunteer of the Year Awards. As we all know, these are very, very challenging times in sport and in business, but currentaccount.ie showed incredible faith in the LGFA by agreeing to come on board as sponsors in the middle of a global pandemic. We are delighted to be joined tonight by Seamus Newcombe, CEO of currentaccount.ie. Over to you, Seamus.
Thank you very much, Dáithí. I am delighted on behalf of currentaccount.ie and our associated credit unions throughout Ireland to be sponsoring tonight's LGFA Volunteer Awards and to be the title sponsor of the All-Ireland Ladies Club Football Championships. Currentaccount.ie's partnership with the LGFA has been born out of a shared purpose of both organisations to improve the communities in which we live and work. Both organisations are voluntary-led, with rich histories of community grassroots activation. Volunteers like the late LGFA President Tom Kenny, who we remember tonight. Without the foresight of people like Tom and the association's founding members in 1974, Ladies Gaelic Football would not have advanced to where it is today. Similarly, without the selfless sacrifice and the vision of people like Nora Hurley and John Hume, credit unions would not play the important role that they do in Irish society today. The common denominator to the success of these two community groups is volunteerism. Volunteerism is not about self-interest or what can be gained personally. It's about what contribution we can make to the lives of the people around us. Tonight celebrates that contribution. Tonight is about acknowledging the sacrifice that volunteers throughout Ireland make to the sport of ladies Gaelic football and to the lives of everyone in the communities in which these volunteers contribute. COVID-19 has been tough on everyone. It has disrupted the activities of sporting organisations, including ladies football. It has perhaps highlighted to people the importance of sport, the importance of togetherness, teamwork, camaraderie. It has also shown the importance of supporting each other. The LGFA and Gaelic clubs, like credit unions throughout Ireland, have stepped up to the needs of communities. Whilst you have not been able to play sport or compete at normal levels you would have liked, you have continued this year to help in your communities, and for that you should be very proud. The membership of the LGFA, the players, club officials, delegates and other volunteers contribute in so many ways outside of football. There are many people watching tonight who are frontline workers, Gardaí, nurses, teachers, doctors, healthcare workers, transport workers, people working in retail, keeping our shops stocked, people who support the vulnerable and the elderly. We thank you for what you are doing for this country at such a challenging time. We hope that tonight people watching will have some reprieve from the tough times we are in. We hope that the volunteers celebrated tonight inspire you all to continue to make the positive impact that you do on your local clubs and your communities for when brighter days return, which is just around the corner. Currentaccount.ie is proud and excited to be associated with Ladies Gaelic Football. We look forward, like you, to return to play soon. Congratulations to all the award winners tonight, and I hope everybody enjoys the evening. Thank you.
And thank you very much, Seamus, as well. Now it's time to start handing out our 2020 National Volunteer Awards in association with currentaccount.ie. Our first award, the Young Volunteer of the Year Award, will be presented to a volunteer aged 20 or younger. This award looks for young coaches or administrators who have invested in their own personal development and have made a significant impact on the people they coach or on the LGFA committee they volunteer with. Our Young Volunteer of the Year has given up Saturday mornings and at least one evening a week for the last 6 years. Yes, 6 years to help out with training sessions for juvenile teams. She has gone the extra mile this year and last during the COVID-19 pandemic to ensure that all equipment was sanitised before the next session. That is, of course, when people were allowed to train. And she's looking forward, as we all are, to having all the gang back on the field playing together. Some of the girls that she has coached in previous times are now her teammates. Ladies and gentlemen, the county is Cork, the club is Rosscarbery, and our Young Volunteer of the Year is Sandra O'Donoghue. Sandra, hello.
Hi.
How are you keeping this evening, Sandra?
I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
I'm in great form altogether. Sandra, tell me, what does this award mean to you?
It means everything, actually. Like, for 6 years now, I've been training under 6, 8 and 10 boys and girls, and like they've become my pride and joy. And like to be training with them and to see them improve every year, it's just absolutely unreal to me.
And it's fair to say, Sandra, that we can get from you here tonight that you get a huge amount of pleasure out of it.
Oh, 100%. Like seeing their smiles every Saturday morning and once a week, like it just makes my day and it makes my life so much better. Just to see that young kids are enjoying themselves and not taking everything so seriously with what's happening in the world at the moment.
Sandra, we were very, very lucky on the Today Show on RTE to have a chat with a fantastic lady, and you know her, a lady called Breed Stack, before she went off to Australia. I believe she sent you a message earlier on.
Yeah, it was one of the nicest messages I think I've ever received. I was very shocked, but like her words, like they just mean so much to me.
Oh, and come here, I'd imagine you just can't wait to get out on the playing field again and to go training and having the crack with all your friends.
Oh yeah, like it's my escape from everything, and just to be back on the pitch, it would just mean everything.
Well, Sandra, thank you very much for joining us live here in Croke Park tonight, and congratulations on your award. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done. Of course, Sandra will receive a winner's medallion and a coaching session with a county senior ladies team as well. Now, our next award is School Coach of the Year. This award will be made to a teacher who has dedicated time and enthusiasm to the introduction and early development of ladies Gaelic football to young girls in primary and post-primary school. As both a teacher and a coach, our winner in this category creates an environment of fair play and best practice with core values promoted throughout. Our winner in this category adopts a holistic approach, looking at the player as an individual as well as a player and identifying how the player can develop physically, mentally, emotionally and socially. He's also a believer in sheer hard work, and he strives to set a good example at all times. Ladies and gentlemen, our School Coach of the Year is Conor Maguire from the Loreto College in County Cavan. Conor, how are you this evening?
How are you doing, Dáithí? How's things?
In great form altogether. Do you know what? Very, very strange times and everything, but you know, the fact that we're still celebrating our volunteers here means a lot to everyone here and to everyone watching us as well. Conor, tell me, what does this award mean to you?
Actually, it's fantastic. It's very, very humbling to receive this award now. I'm just a very small cog in a load of volunteers that help out in the school. So yeah, it's a great honour.
Yeah, and Conor, tell us, how are all these Zoom classes going now in school? Are you finding it difficult?
Yeah, well, no, they're going good now. Yeah. It's difficult at the start, but yeah, no, we're rising to the challenge now bit by bit. Yeah, we're getting there.
Ah, good. No, there are a good 5 or 6 people working behind the camera here. They're all nodding. Yeah, this man is very, very comfortable on camera. So you're getting used to being on camera.
Yeah, something like that.
Just like Sandra there, I'd imagine, Conor, you're dying to get back out on the field again.
Yeah, it'd be great. We'd be looking forward to it now. Whenever it does happen, it's only this year when it's taken away from you that you realise how important it is for the players, for everyone involved, you know. And but hopefully soon now we can get back out there.
Yeah, with the help of God. And Conor, you'll know it as being a teacher and a coach as well, how important it is for kids to be out and about.
Yeah, hugely important. Like these days to try and make that half hour as part of your of exercise as part of your daily routine. It's so important, and I hope all our kids down in Loreto are doing that.
I'm sure they are, and Conor, I'm sure they're very, very proud of you as well. Conor Maguire, you are the school coach of the year. Congratulations, and hopefully we'll all meet up here in Croke Park in a few months' time. Well done, Conor.
Thanks very much, Dáithí.
Well done, fair play. And Conor will receive a winner's medallion and a set of jerseys for his school as well, which I'm sure Conor, and he'll be nodding away there, will be delighted with. Now, our next award is the Club Coach of the Year. This award will be made to a coach who has made an outstanding contribution to the development of players and teams and who has significantly increased sporting opportunities and participation levels within his or her community. At the age of 23, our Club Coach of the Year had his playing career cut short by a heart condition. He took on the role of coach at local level, and his brilliant work paid off with an All-Ireland Intermediate Club Championship title win in 2019. Our winner's in-depth knowledge of ladies Gaelic football, coupled with his positive outlook on life, has inspired the players that he worked with. The county is Offaly, the club is Naomh, Ciaran, and our Club Coach of the Year is Colin Kenny. Colin, how are you?
Hiya, Dáithí, how are you? I'm very good now, and yourself?
Good. I'm in great form altogether. Anytime I come into Croke Park, I'm always in great form, and I'm sure you can feel the buzz around here, even though there are only a few of us here tonight.
Yeah, you can feel it all right. You can feel it back from our bedrooms here. You can feel it all right.
And I'm surprised so far, Colin, that I haven't seen a cat on Zoom or anything yet. Apparently that's
we actually discussed that here today in our house. We were talking about that. That'll be that'll go down well. That'll look well on you, Dáithí.
Listen, we'd have been a world sensation, the two of us, Colin, if you put the cat up again. But come here, Colin, tell me, what does it mean to you to be Club Coach of the Year?
Look, I suppose it was a bit of a surprise. I wasn't expecting it at all. It's I suppose that's not the reason why I got involved, but it's really nice to be recognised. I do recognise that I was part of one of the most special groups that kind of ever left our area. So yeah, I'm very fortunate I've dealt with them, and if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have kind of got anywhere at all. So look at them. I was very fortunate I've got to dealt with a very talented group of girls, and if it wasn't for them, I don't think I would have been anywhere near any of this.
Yeah, but Colin, you can see firsthand when you go into the dressing room with the girls and you see them, and then you see them out on the pitch as well, just the sheer determination. I'd imagine that would just lift your heart when you see it, with all the hard work you do.
Yeah, they're a very disciplined group of girls, and very ambitious, and they're a dream to deal with. And like you said, they've given our local area a huge lift over the last 10, 12, 14 years, and they definitely did so in 2019 and in the last couple of years too.
Yeah, and I'd imagine that you're all on a WhatsApp group, Colin. What are they saying? I'd imagine they're missing each other big time and missing being out in the field playing and training.
I probably wouldn't like to know what they're saying, to be honest with you. They're very quick with the tongue, that group. But it's all positive. It's all usually good. But they're a funny group to deal with, and I'm sure what's going on in different groups is comical stuff. I'm sure.
But say anyone I speak to now, anybody who's been training or used to be in training or going to matches at weekends as well, they just can't wait. And hopefully, look, we just have to be positive about things, and hopefully in a few weeks or even months, we'll be back out there again.
Yeah, that's the hope. The break is nice too, in fairness. It's nice to get away from it for a little while when a lot of teams might have been going kind of year round. But look at this stage, kind of everybody, even people talking about it from their homes, are looking forward to getting to discuss GAA again, I'm sure. And hopefully it'll come around sooner rather than later. Mm-hmm.
Colin Kenny, thank you very much, and congratulations again on your award tonight, the Club Coach of the Year for 2020. Well done. Well done, fair play. And of course, Colin will receive a winner's medallion and a set of jerseys for the Naomh Ciaran club, who competed in a Leinster Senior Club semi-final in 2020. Now, our next award is one that I'm always very interested, because on our own Today show we do a lot of regional newspapers on our Friday show with a man called Billy Keane. And our next award is the Local Journalist of the Year. And this award is open to local journalists who have devoted time on a regular basis to promote ladies Gaelic football through any media outlet. This can be related to any aspect of our sport, but the journalist must have consistently published or broadcast material in relation to ladies Gaelic football at a local level. This journalist has been a very good friend to Roscommon LGFA, and has helped to raise the profile of ladies Gaelic football in that county through local media. A dedicated and enthusiastic reporter, he always finds room in the pages of the Roscommon Herald for the LGFA. He's the sports editor of the Roscommon Herald, and he is our local journalist of the year, and he is a man called Ian Cooney. Ian Cooney, how are you?
Very good, Dáithí. How are you keeping?
I'm in great form altogether tonight. Come here, you're dressed up for the occasion. Is there a bit of a party in the Cooney house because of this award?
There will be afterwards, Dáithí, when it's all over.
And you can continue the party then on to St. Valentine's Day as well, Ian.
Well, so look, we'll talk about that later.
You may as well make a weekend out of it. Come here, as I mentioned there a while ago, we always cover the local newspapers, and the Roscommon Herald often comes up on the Today Show with us. A fantastic paper.
Yeah, it is, Dáithí. Like, we're 162 years old, and you know, we've been around a long time. We're an integral part of the community in Roscommon. Mm-hmm. I suppose from my own point of view, I joined the Roscommon Herald in 2000. I've been sports editor since 2001. Mm-hmm. And in that year, Roscommon won the All-Ireland junior title in ladies football. So I suppose ever since then, I've nearly had an affiliation with ladies football in the county, and I've sort of taken a great interest in it, and, you know, have always been keen to give them the coverage they deserve, because they deserve every inch they get in the paper.
They certainly do. And Ian, tell me, is it hard to fill those sports pages these days, because there isn't a whole lot happening?
I suppose it was a bit of a novelty at the start, Dáithí. We exhausted a lot of features and different things like that. I mean, it was very important to keep sport going for our loyal readership. I find it much harder this time around, because I think we nearly exhausted every avenue available in the first lockdown. Mm-hmm. Then I suppose we were lucky enough to get back to games. I was privileged enough to get to games, you know, including the Roscommon Intermediate Ladies games. And I suppose it was a very, very strange experience seeing these games play behind closed doors, because, you know, the players were there and they were missing their families, they were missing their coaches, you know, they were missing their friends, and you know, that must have been a very unusual experience. But I think, you know, certainly from a Roscommon point of view, that the players were a credit to their clubs and to their families, because they gave an awful lot of enjoyment to a lot of people. All the games were streamed, you know, which was a huge thing, and it was, you know, a surreal experience, Dáithí. But look, it was great that we got games last year, and hopefully later on in the year we'll get more of them. Yeah, with the help of God. I'd imagine that, you know, it must be satisfying for you, Ian, like, say, as you say, you came on board with the Herald when Roscommon LGFA was taking off as well, and just to see that progress as well must raise your heart in one sense. It does, Dáithí. I suppose back in 2001, Roscommon beat a fancy Kildare team in the final in Croke Park, and it was, you know, very lucky to jump on that bandwagon, and met some great officers and along the way, like Martina Carroll and Michael Cunningham. And I suppose, you know, we had the St. Bridget's Intermediate Ladies, you know, winning an All-Ireland in 2004, followed by the Convent of Mercy in Roscommon Town winning an All-Ireland A title, which would be a huge achievement for Roscommon School in 2009. And I suppose in Roscommon have continually progressed up the ladder at underage level. And in the last 3 years, they've contested the All-Ireland Intermediate semi-final. So if you have a couple of bob in your pocket, Dáithí, mark Roscommon down for All-Ireland Intermediate honours in 2021 when we get up and running. Come here, we sent the awards out. Have you got your award there? Dáithí, yeah. Ah, lovely. Second. Jarlath Daly he'll be delighted to see it. Look at that. Isn't that absolutely beautiful? Have you got no, we can see the wall behind you. There are lovely pictures of babies, and there's something looks like a lily or something behind your head. Will you be putting it up on the wall, or will you be wearing it around your neck like a medallion? If I wore it around my neck, Dáithí, it'd probably choke me, because it's very, very heavy. But you talk about the kids on the wall. I'm blessed to be married to Catherine. I have 3 lovely kids, Sinead and Amelie. So that's who you're seeing on the wall there behind me. Brilliant. And Ian, they must be very proud of you. Dad getting an award. Yeah, sure. Look, they've been giving me stick all day about it. Really, they're hyper here now in the other room, and they're going a bit daft. So, but look, it's tough on the kids. It is, you know. I mean, between homeschooling and trying to do a bit of work at the moment, it isn't easy. But look, you know, hopefully things are going to get back to normal pretty soon, and there are better days ahead, Dáithí. There certainly are. Ian Cooney, local journalist of the year. Congratulations again. Gurmahagat asavamahount anocht, Ian. Thank you. Thanks, Dáithí. Well done. Congratulations again. Now, the next award is the PRO of the year, and this award will be made to a PRO who has shown
commitment and innovation to promote ladies Gaelic football to the best of their ability while adding to the profile of our game. Our next winner has worked tirelessly to promote all grades of ladies Gaelic football in his native county. The number of social media followers has increased impressively since he took over the role of county PRO, and it seems like he's never off his phone with the volume of posts from the county's Twitter, Facebook and Instagram accounts. He's even laughing there as I'm calling this out because his phone is probably ringing. He also helps maintain the Cork Ladies Football website. And if you want to know what's happening in this county, just check it out. And I'm sure all of his social media outlets there will see you right. The club is Inch Rovers Club. He is also the County Board PRO in Cork, and he is our PRO of the year. And this man's name is Peter O'Leary. Peter, how are you this evening?
Hi, how's it going? Not too bad.
In great form altogether. Do you ever turn off your phone?
I'm definitely going to get plenty ribbing over that now because people are always telling me I'm on the phone, so I'm in trouble now anyway.
But come here, it's for a good cause though, isn't it? Without like say with social media these days as well. Like it makes your job harder in one sense, but you know, if you want to get the word out there, it's a great way to do it.
Yeah, I suppose, Dáithí, look, I took the job out in the car park after a meeting. I thought I was after getting away with not getting the job. And I got cornered as I was leaving the hotel to take the job. And I probably got it at the right time in the sense that there wasn't much happening. And then, of course, last year COVID kicked in. And I suppose, you know, as people have said there in previous interviews, like the social aspect of our life is gone in the sense that we can't go to a pitch for a game or a training session to watch your daughter or your son or grandkids or whatever. So I think people are very reliant on the social media side of things to check up on score lines and, you know, team news, whether it be at club or inter-county level. And I suppose the PRO job has probably gone a small bit front and centre, and that probably brings a bit more pressure. But yeah, I just think we have a fantastic product in the ladies football game, and I think the more you can publicise it and the more you can give publicity to young players like young Sandra there, who's fantastic from Rosscarbery, who's a fantastic lady, and I know that her club and her school, Mount St. Michael, and all her family are massively proud of her, as we all are in Cork. She's top class girl, and it makes the job a bit easier than when you're covering the players like Sandra and others, you know. Yeah, and Peter, you know, I suppose this time last year everything was normal in one sense, and we were getting on, and then all of a sudden the pandemic hit Patrick's Day. The then Taoiseach, Leo Varadkar, was an American. He was saying that things were changing, and the rest of us, we all wanted to find out what was happening like. So I'd imagine that you were just bombarded, and you had to change your own work practices even when it came to being a PRO. Yeah, I was actually sitting in a cafe having a cup of coffee, organising a training session when word came in that day that the schools were closing. So we kind of put the kibosh on the football straight away. And of course, like, you know, you were dealing face to face with coaches and players for interviews and fellow journalists and everyone else that you were looking for. And all of a sudden, you know, that was all stopped because of COVID. And it made it a bit more difficult. But in one way, I think it probably made it a small bit more easier because a lot of players had a bit more free time than maybe what they normally had. And it's a bit easier maybe to get people for a quick phone call than it is to try and find them for an interview. But, you know, like, I suppose you don't want to be mentioning the bad word COVID, but, you know, I suppose it's looking like that this year is probably going to be going along a similar route for a lot of the year anyway. So I think that the social media side of things is massive, and it's just, even if it's everyday life as well, people are looking for help for different things. It can be a big help as well as a lot of the negatives that are on social media, you know. It certainly can. What about negatives, Peter? This is a very, very positive thing for you. What does it mean to you to be PRO of the year? I suppose, look, it's very humbling because I suppose I look around and I see and I get to meet a lot of other PROs from different counties in the inter-county scene, and then you have fantastic amount of people involved with clubs. So to be selected, it's look, I suppose I was very surprised in a way to get it, and I was slightly embarrassed as well. But it's a great honour to get it, and it's something that you'll certainly look back on in time, and it'll be a great thing to look on, and even just to be in the same group as the other 9 winners here tonight. You know, they've given Trojan work, and you look at the lady from Armagh there who's going to be lighting up a pitch all on her own with her committee. They're like, I mean, people like that are doing massive work, and they deserve huge credit, and any bit of PR work that you can get and give to those people, it makes the job that bit more worthwhile, you know.
PRO of the Year, Peter O'Leary. Gurmahagat, thank you very much and congratulations again.
Thanks very much, Dáithí.
Well done. Of course, Peter will receive a winner's medallion and a session with a national journalist or a social media session. Now, our next award is Club Committee Officer of the Year. This award will be made to a club committee officer who has devoted time and energy and shown exceptional dedication to their role for the betterment of Ladies Gaelic football. Our club committee officer of the year has been a driving force with her own club for over 29 years. She was there right from the start as a founding club member in 1991 and she played up until the early 2000s. At the same time, our winner was also a dedicated coach and club committee member, serving her club on and off the field with gusto. That's what it says here anyway, and I'm sure it is because she's smiling at me now and I can see her. With her club newly amalgamated, she's still playing a leading role in ladies and men's football, handball and camogie. Our club committee officer of the year is Helen Clark from Caisleán, Glas and Sperrin Og in Cooney, Tyrone. Helen, good evening to you. I can't hear Helen at all there. Can we hear Helen on the floor? Are you there, Helen?
Hi, Dáithí. How are
we
you?
have you. We have you. The snow was interfering. Come here. Is there any snow up around Tyrone? Is there?
Absolutely none. It's beautiful.
Beautiful.
The wind will blow you away.
That's what every Tyrone person will tell the Kerry fella. Yeah, oh, it's always beautiful up around Tyrone. Come here. Congratulations on your award. What does this award mean to you?
It's about time I give it up.
I think they're trying to encourage you to keep going, Helen.
Oh no, I've been here too long now. No, seriously, it was a great surprise. But like, I didn't get it on my own. There's a lot of people helped me.
Yeah, and who was helping you, Helen? Would you like to mention a few people?
Well, I have a new assistant this year who hopefully will step in next year, Sianine, and our club secretary, Shanley, who said I had to mention her, so I have.
You have? Well done.
And I have a new, well, this is the second year, a new chairperson, Darrell. So, but there's lots of people. I could go on, I could name them all.
You can name them all. But, and I'm sure, Helen, they're very, 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 very proud of you as well. I'd imagine you're missing the games and the training and the rule of bula that goes with it these days.
Yeah, you do. Now, it was nice to get a month or two off, but after that, you do miss it. It's nice to get back to it.
Mm-hmm. And just tell me about your own club then as well for people who are watching. I mentioned a new amalgamation. Tell us about that.
Yeah, we joined. We have few years ago now. We joined with our men. We were separate, and we joined with men. And I was the treasurer of the ladies club. And then when I went to the men's, I became the assistant treasurer, and then I took over as treasurer. And now this year, our camogie club has also joined with us. So we're one club.
Lovely. So I'd imagine they're very, very proud of you, Helen. I'd say, are they?
Yes,
I'm sure they are.
Hopefully.
Now, just before you go, who are those lovely people on the back wall? We see a few baby pictures. We're kind of nosy here at this award ceremony as well, and people at home, they're a small bit nosy as well. Who's there?
They're my children.
They're your children.
Yes.
They're looking very, very nice. Anyway, Helen, come here. Congratulations, club committee member, officer of the year. Well done. Congratulations. And Helen will receive a winner's medallion and a set of jerseys for her club, which I'm sure they'll all be delighted with. Now, our next award is County Provincial Officer of the Year. This award will be made to a county executive or provincial council officer who has devoted time and energy and shown exceptional dedication to their role for the betterment of Ladies Gaelic football. The winner in this category is a driving force behind Ladies Gaelic football in her county. She's county chairperson and her passion is spearheading the current development at McKeever Park, which will be the home of Armagh LGFA, a graduate from our inaugural Learn to Lead Female Leadership Programme. She's a worthy winner. And you know what? It's even written here in big bold letters. Ladies football in Armagh wouldn't be as vibrant without Sinead Reel. Sinead, how are you?
Hey, Dáithí, how are you?
I'm in great form altogether. Congratulations on your award.
Thanks very much, Dáithí.
Yeah, were you surprised?
Completely shocked, to tell you the truth. Wasn't expecting it one bit.
But you were delighted to get it. Come here. I think you could go for PRO as well, because I saw a few tweets from you there as well. You're very active on social media.
Yeah, well, sure, look, it keeps the crack going when there's no football on at the minute. So all we can do is just take the banter and keep it going, you know.
And come here, tell us about spearheading the current development at McKeever Park.
Well, look, I know this is an individual accolade and my name's on the trophy, but I think this is brilliant just for Armagh, and it just happens to be that I'm at the head of the committee at present, and I have a great team around me. There has been great people have went before me in this role, and we have been building at this maybe 5 or 10 years. And yeah, look, it's a first for Armagh. It was in my eyes a first for ladies football in Ireland, and we have the girls on the field. They're already training on it. So the next phase now is floodlights, which we've started a massive fundraising campaign for Let's Light Killian. So.
So you're getting there. I'd imagine, Sinead, you've been in touch with a lot of your players as well. How are they finding the lockdown?
Well, the girls, in fairness, understand completely that, we have to wait and be patient, and when it's safe and ready to return to play, that's what we'll do. Of course, the girls are missing it, something terribly. I think we all are. But we have to understand that sport is, it's a sideline for all the rest of us. Life has to continue first, and we have to protect everybody around us as well.
Yeah, and I know, sometimes as well, I think we forget them, are the younger players, boys and girls as well, and how important it is for them, and particularly girls, I suppose, because we'd often see in the newspapers and hear on the news that, we need to get more younger girls involved in sport and the LGFA, and when something like a pandemic hits, then it can knock them back a small bit.
Yeah, I think the underage, club structure maybe does need to be, looked at very soon, because these kids need to get out and, be active for their mental health more so than anything. And that's boys and girls, of course. And look, it's the fastest growing sport in Ireland at the minute, and that's ladies football, which means we have plenty of girls all around Ireland mad to get out and play football, and they really need it. It's just, we have to follow the guidelines and go when we can,
Sinead, I've been lucky enough to be I've been at the All-Stars for about 10 or 15 or 20 years now, almost. And you know what? It still excites me that the LGFA and the game is still growing.
Oh, absolutely. And it's growing every day. Even now, like this year, we would have thought numbers maybe would have dropped because of the pandemic, but clubs were still registering the same numbers of girls. Well, in our county anyway, we didn't really lose anybody. We didn't go any bigger, but we didn't lose anybody, which was great. I genuinely thought when you mentioned the All-Stars that you were going to mention something like Caroline O'Hanlon or Marion McGuinness or Sharon Reel dancing with Marty Morrissey there before the actual series of numbers in ladies football.
Sinead Reel, thank you very much. And congratulations. And we're sending lots of love up to County Armagh, Kunda Ardvacha Anocht, County and Provincial Officer of the Year, Sinead Reel. Gormahagat, thank you. I think the party's ready to start there in Sinead's house. Anyway, our next award, I think it's a new one to me now. This is the International Volunteer of the Year. The International Volunteer of the Year award will be presented to an individual who has shown outstanding dedication or has made an exceptional contribution to volunteering in one of the LGFA's international units. Massive club growth has been overseen since our winner took over the role of secretary. She's involved at every level, and her imprint has been seen at all levels, both on and off the field. She's a native of Galway, Ochunda na Galiva, no Ochunda na Gali. Our International Volunteer of the Year goes the extra mile. In May of last year, she organised a food drive for the local Filipino community, many whom had fallen on hard times. She is our International Volunteer of the Year, ladies and gentlemen, and she is Claude Harris of the Rack Roperies in the UAE. Claude, how are you?
Hi, Dáithí, how are you?
I'm in great form. Come here, we know where I am tonight. I'm here in Croke Park. Where exactly are you?
So I'm in Ras Al Khaimah. It's one of the 7 Emirates of the UAE.
Okay, whereabouts is that now? Okay, I think we know Dubai and Abu Dhabi. So
yeah, so everyone knows Dubai. We're about an hour north of Dubai.
Okay, out the Abu Dhabi road. Come here.
Yes, other direction, really. Yeah.
Claude, whereabouts in Galway are you from first?
Loughrea.
Loughrea, sure, you're only over the road from myself.
Only over the road from you, Dáithí.
That's it, yeah, but geez, we'll be looking at the old Loughrea crowd now with one eye open, one eye closed. Anyway, that aside, tell us about your club, where you are at the moment.
Yeah, so Rosscarbery is one of, it's a small club here in the UAE, but we are definitely one of the close-knit clubs, I would say. We're all very close. We get on very well. We're growing each year. It's great to see everyone involved. We've lots of different nationalities on board. We've a massive juvenile team that's growing each year. And the senior teams are growing. We started off with one ladies team, and this year we have 4 teams, and we hope that it'll continue growing.
Oh, good stuff. So what kind of a county championship would you have then?
So there's a Middle East league, and then we have a championship at the end of the year. Now, unfortunately, the tournaments have been called off this year because of the pandemic, but we hope to get it going again next year. So the whole Middle East league goes on from about October to about March time. It finishes up around March because obviously gets very hot out here. But you never know. We're still hopeful that the championship might go ahead, but we'll see how things go.
We'll see how things go. And I'm sure you're very familiar with how life is here in Ireland at the moment. What's life like where you are? Can you go out, eat in restaurants? Can you walk around? Do you have to stay within 5 kilometres, or how does it work?
Yeah, well, fortunately, it's not as restricted as everyone at home, which we're very grateful for. There are still some restrictions. A lot of us are teachers out here, and recently we've gone back to online teaching. Restaurants are still open for now, but we see some restrictions creeping in, no live music, etc. But we're definitely a little bit more fortunate. We don't have the 5K block anyway, so
okay.
we
And
can get
when was the last time you were home, Claude?
I was actually very lucky to get home in July. We normally get home for Christmas as well, but this year it didn't happen. But I was lucky to get home last summer, so I can't complain.
Ah, good stuff. And when would you think you'll get home at the end of this summer, maybe, with the help of God?
Yeah, we're hoping. We're staying hopeful. It's keeping us going.
Yeah, and Claude, did you have family in Loughrea watching this show tonight?
I do, definitely.
Yeah, do you want to say hello?
Family should be watching. Yeah, hi to Mum and Dad and Aoife and Brian and Milo the dog.
Milo the dog. Well, I'm sure
everyone's supporting.
I'm sure Milo the dog and all the family are very, very proud of you, Claude. And just to let you know, it's very, very cold here, and we probably might have a small bit of snow. What's the temperature like where you are?
Yeah, it's a bit chilly here still. You know, it's 26 degrees and with the jumpers on us.
Well, on that note now, Claude, you're after depressing the whole lot of us. Claude Harris, you are the International Volunteer of the Year. Congratulations. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Well done. Well done. 26 degrees and she's putting on a jumper. Oh, my God almighty. Anyway, time to move on. Yes, the next award is the Lulu Carroll Award for the Overall Volunteer of the Year, which is presented to the Overall Volunteer of the Year winner. This award is named after the late Lulu Carroll, who was a 2001 All-Ireland Senior Medalist with Laois. Lulu, who passed away in 2007, was a committed servant to Ladies Gaelic Football at club and county level, and one of the game's most popular and well-known figures. Lulu, she is a former All-Star recipient. She also won 8 Leinster titles with Laois, along with 6 county senior titles and a provincial crown at club level with Timahoe. We made a trip to Timahoe not so long ago to catch up with a few people who knew Lulu Carroll very well.
The Lulu Carroll Award was first presented in Laois soon after Lulu's untimely passing. It was developed by a group of Lulu's friends in consultation with her family and Laois County Board. The rationale behind it was to present an award every year to reflect the commitment and dedication shown by Lulu to ladies football. The awards were commissioned from Waterford Crystal and are unique pieces. In fact, they were some of the last pieces ever to be made in Waterford.
She's a lovely person on the outside, an absolutely beautiful person in the inside, and everybody knew that. You know, she's unique, very, very unique. And even when she was unwell towards her end, she gave her time, really no problem at all, even though her own time was limited.
She was unbelievable. Apart from her playing, even when she finished up playing, she continued on. She would have been secretary of the club and chairperson of the club here.
She was fierce funny, like. She was a real devil, like, and always up to stuff. She was very positive kind of person, and that comes with, you know, when she was dealing with her sickness, when she had cancer, and even on the football field.
You know, you go to training, you'd always talk to Lulu. Everybody was around Lulu. Lulu was fun.
And Lulu never missed training, so she couldn't understand how anyone else would miss training or not be there or give an excuse. Like, nothing was an excuse. I mean, you know, people would come, like, to the christening or the weddings, and Lulu would be like, but she can still come training and go to the wedding or the christening after. Like, it wasn't, football was number one.
She'd get herself to training. If that meant thumbing to training, she'd thumb to training. She'd always get a lift. And then as she got older, she realised that there was other kids that needed to get to training. So she'd go all around the country, all around, you know, the local area, and collect the kids and the other footballers for the club here, bring them to training. You could see Lulu coming in, the car would be packed, jammed, music going on, loads of sweets. That was the big thing. Lulu loved her sweets and her jellies.
Yeah, Lulu was hugely competitive, so, like, I wasn't that fond of marking her at training, to be honest, because she pulled no punches. It was, she trained the way she played.
At an Apple Green filling station, and I was, a Monaghan lady footballer came in. I said, were you playing in 96 when Lulu stuck the one on the top of the net? She said, I certainly was, she said. And I'll never effing forget. She said, she cracked the whip, and when Lulu cracked the whip, you hop, and that was it.
The LGFA doesn't grow out of, you know, publicity or whatever, or just grow. It doesn't just grow. That doesn't happen. It grows out of people like Lulu. And that's why there is an award, because in fairness, the LGFA realised the value of these people to a club, to society.
Things will never be the same without her either. You know, she was just brilliant. But I suppose, thinking of Lulu, we drive on as a club because we think of what she has put into this club over the years, that, you know, we're not going to let it go. And I'm so happy she's been remembered in this way.
What you can give to other people, it's giving of your time, it's being that volunteer, it's that care. She's a really, really caring side.
Apart from the football, it was the involvement, getting all the girls involved and everything. It wasn't, she loved football. She loved football, but she was a real people's person as well, and a girls' person. She loved seeing young girls coming along and progressing and bettering themselves or whatever in life, and football or whatever.
It's great to have an award named after Lulu, and it's very appropriate to have an award named after Lulu. And whoever receives the reward, I'm sure they know Lulu or have heard of Lulu. And they must also have some really unique qualities to be a volunteer. It really does live on. You know, that light still shines, you know, and I think it's very apt to have an award named after Lulu, because she is that volunteer. She was that person all the way to the bitter end. She was that volunteer.
Absolutely beautiful memories there, and which really captures perfectly the enduring legacy of Lulu Carroll. The beautiful piece of crystal the award winner will receive will be given to a volunteer who has dedicated nearly 30 years of his life to his club. A founding member in 1994, he's still involved after all these years. He started with his daughters lining out for the club. Now he watches his granddaughters play. Remarkably, he's involved with every team from under 6 to senior in some capacity. He's an advisor, a supporter, a role model and a leader. And he is the winner of the prestigious LGFA Overall Volunteer of the Year Award in association with currentaccount.ie. Ladies and gentlemen, Mikey Hyland from Shanahoe in County Laois. Mikey, how are you?
Very best, Dáithí. How are you?
I'm in great form altogether tonight. Come here.
You're looking very fit looking there now tonight.
Thank you. Yeah, I've pulled back from the table a small bit. It's not too bad, you know. Mikey, you're looking great yourself. Come here. Tell us, were you shocked when you were told you were getting this award?
Shocked. I couldn't believe it. I was shocked. Yeah, definitely shocked. I didn't believe it. It's a great honour to win an award, a Lulu Cal Award, for the club and for our county. We don't win too many awards in Laois and All Ireland, that kind of thing. So it's a great honour to win that award. I'm delighted for the club and for everybody else in concern.
And I'd imagine, Mikey, when you were chatting to your friends, that they're very proud of you as well.
Yeah, great, very good. A lot of phone calls and cards, everything coming along, yeah. And the house packed here tonight where we are having a great chat here. House full. They're kind of gone away now. They're gone hiding somewhere. But we're having a great crowd here, a great crack.
Yeah, and I'm sure, Mikey, they're all within your social bubble and so on and so forth. But Mike,
of course, that's what happened.
I'd imagine, like, say, you would have seen the growth of Ladies Gaelic football a good few years out now. How proud are you? How proud are you of the LGFA?
It's great for girls in Ireland for football, because for years there was no ladies football. The lads had everything they wanted, hurling, football, everything they wanted, and it's great to see camogie and football taking place now. It's great for everybody in Ireland and great for our club as well. We're delighted in our club. We started with 18 players, and we're now over 130 members of the club. In Shanaho.
Yeah, Mikey, how tough was it that time? You'd only 18 players, and I suppose you were looking at other teams as well, but with a similar story in one sense. And I suppose, like, what was behind the drive, and what drove you to keep going to have, as you said, there over 100 players today?
Well, you see, we had great people on the outside of players as well. We had everybody supported the club very well, and the girls, all the girls worked very hard. We started off, I said, with 18. We finished up with 130. But we're going very hard for about 5 or 6 years before we got really established. And in 2006, we won the senior title in Shanaho, which is great for the club as well. And we won a lot of awards down along. Once we won not in the first year. We won under 16 in 2000 or in 1996 or 97, we won under 16, and from there on up to senior, we won a kind of everything in the club: under 14, under 12, under 6, minor and intermediate, and then senior up to 2006. So it was a great achievement to see the team building up along all the way from that, where we started with a very small amount of girls. But it was a great help from the local lads club in Shanaho, because we had the field for anything we needed. They were very good to us. And now at the present time, Shanaho and Court have joined together, so we have 2 fields, which will give us a great for the girls to play. It's great to see that plenty of space for them now at the present time.
Yeah, Mikey, do you know, one of my favourite days here in Croke Park is the Ladies Gaelic football final days. And you know, I'd imagine you miss days like that as well.
It's terrible from last year. It's just that you can't. Field gates are locked up now. It's a pity, but hopefully everything will come out right maybe in a few months' time. We hope for the best. But people have to look after themselves now in these hard times. It's hard on everybody. Hard on children going to school and clubs and everything else. There's nothing we can do, only work on and do our best.
That's all we can do. Mikey, do you know what? I'm not too sure if you saw any cameras around Shanaho there over the past few days, but we sent cameras down because I'm told you're a right rogue and I wanted to get a right kind of measure of you, right? So we sent the cameras down to meet a few people who know you quite well.
Yeah.
Have a look at this.
Thank you.
Mikey Highland, what can we say? He's unbelievable. When I think of Shanaho, I think of Mikey. He's always been there.
He possesses that wonderful, simple gift of giving, like that's so rare now. It's like hen's teeth at the moment.
He does everything for the girls and just for the good of it. He just loves the game. He's created so many memories for all of us, and you know, as I said, a lot of girls have stopped playing, but they'll always remember those, and that's what he's done for us. As I said, he won't realise the impact he's made.
Whether it's having a bit of fun or whether it's sharing the sweets. I know my girls will always remember him for his Fox's glassy or mints in his pocket. He's trying to feel his relationship. Mikey's able to relate to anybody, whether they're 4 or 5 or whether they're 85. Creates an environment in which people want to volunteer and want to work with him.
In the field here, when we're training, we have every corner of the field being used, from under 8s or under 6s up to minors, and Mikey makes it his business to get to every single group and talk to the children and talk to the coaches, and he is just incredibly popular with everybody.
So the crack used to be great, and he had a bus, and I think he drove everybody around the country with very little charge,
From the very start was, when the bus pulled up and the bus opened, it was, hey Mikey, he knew everybody and they loved him.
He turned 83 last year, and you'd be thinking, if he's able to be down here, why can't we be down there? He just puts that extra energy into people.
Sometimes you look at him and you think this must be his first year involved in the club because of the energy he brings to everything. He's always first here, no matter what's happening, Mikey will be here first. In that time, Mikey is the backbone of the club. I know that's been going on since 1994, since the club was set up.
I'd say we still have footballs from 1995 because Mikey will mind them and he'll bring them back in.
He's one of a kind, yeah. He definitely is. He's faster than any of us. He's getting up and down from one end of the field to the other.
He was always young at heart. His sense of humour, but his laughter.
He epitomises everything for what a volunteer is. He's first here, he's last to leave.
He's the man that comes with the bags, comes with footballs, comes with the jerseys. He has the jerseys hanging up in the dressing room before we start. He's never idle. And of course, he's always on the sideline. He's always keeping us on our toes. Not just the players, us too.
Football is his passion and it keeps him young and healthy. So Grandad gets all the credit for having the jerseys in perfect condition, but I don't know what he'd do without our Granny Nora washing the jerseys and hanging them out on the line and keeping them clean.
I've absolutely no doubt, that Lulu, who is no longer with us, of course, since 2007, will shed a few tears of joy for Mikey,
He knew Lulu Carl personally as well. So unfortunately we never got to meet Lulu, but we hear about her all the time and how amazing a footballer she was and how nice she was on and off the field. So it's great to have that as well, and for him to be receiving that award, it's just so good because the effort, as Paige said, that he puts into the club is unbelievable.
It's unbelievable and delight for Mikey to get it. And I know one thing, Lulu looking down from on high, she would certainly be delighted with Mikey getting it as well.
Well done, Mikey. Congratulations. I'm delighted for you winning this award. Well done.
Congrats, Mikey. Enjoy it.
You are so deserving of this award. Just well done and congratulations, and we'll see you soon.
Congratulations, Grandad, on this incredible award.
We're so proud of you, Grandad.
Mikey, you're a true gentleman. We love you to bits. Enjoy your evening and hope to see you back in the field soon.
Mikey, congratulations on your award. This is a very, very fitting tribute to you. You've given so much to Shanahoe Ladies Football Club and to all the children in the area.
Mikey, this award is just an absolute fantastic tribute to you and no better person for it.
Enjoy your night, Mikey. And again, congratulations on winning the Lulu Carl Award. It's a special award from a special Laois lady to a very, very special Laois man.
Now, Mikey, what do you think of that?
Wouldn't believe that either. That's marvellous. Everybody. But I'm talking about Lulu. I knew Lulu Carl fairly well because I played football. I played on the sideline, and she playing, and I was at the All Ireland the year that she won the All Ireland. But she was an outstanding player and an outstanding person. That's just a player. She was an outstanding person as well. So that's one thing. But I'm delighted to get her award. I didn't believe I would ever win an All Ireland. We don't get too many All Irelands in Laois, but it's great to get another one anyway for the county and for the club.
When you get them, you get the good ones, Mikey.
Yes. I want to thank everybody that have sent us in more than all the people that was there this evening. And I'd also like to thank my wife Nora and the family and all my grandkids. And the last but not least is Mary Cavan for nominating me, because without Mary's nomination I wouldn't be here tonight. So thanks very much to everybody that was involved.
And as you said there, Mikey, this award is even more special because you knew Lulu Carl.
I did, yeah, lovely person, yeah.
Lovely
great
person.
To see it. It's a great honour for Shanahoe Club and for the county that we get the Lulu Carl Award back in Laois again. As I said before, we don't want too many. We're not like Kerry. We don't win too many All Irelands.
We're not winning too many, Mikey, these days, to be honest.
I'll win next year, please, or this year, please, God.
With the help of God. But you know, Mikey, even though we're not winning them, I can still walk around with this with a bit of pride. Do you know what I mean?
Well done. You're on the ball. Keep up the journey.
I have to stay neutral tonight, though, Mikey. So I
keep up the colours. Keep up the colours. That's right. Correct. Yeah.
Mikey, Goramila Mahagat, thank you very, very much. The Lulu Carl Award for the overall volunteer of the year for 2020 is Mikey Hyland. Mikey Gormahagat, and congratulations again.
Thank you very much, Dáithí, and please God you win the All Ireland this year.
And please God you'll win it too. Well done, Mikey. Well done. Now, our final award of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, is the Hall of Fame Award. The Volunteer Hall of Fame Award will be presented to an individual who has given exceptional service or made an outstanding contribution to volunteering in Ladies Gaelic football over an extended time period. This volunteer has contributed at a club as a club player, county player, club manager, county manager, club officer, county officer, provincial officer, and national officer. I better take a drink here now because there's more to come. I'm only halfway there, Kathleen. Hang on a second. I have to keep going. Okay, so I mentioned all that. Okay, she represented her county and her club as a player and as a manager, and managed her county to 2 All-Ireland final appearances. She would later become county board chairperson, took on the role of children's officer before moving on to becoming Connacht LGFA president. She is now fulfilling the role of assistant secretary at national level, and the hours of dedication and diligence this volunteer has given to ladies football is unquantifiable. Our Hall of Fame winner is Kathleen Kane from the St. Nathan's Club in County Sligo. Kathleen, how are you this evening?
I'm very well, Dáithí.
By God, I'm
very, very well.
Do you know what? We were rehearsing this earlier on, and I said, when I'm naming out half the stuff you've done, I better take a break and have a drop of water, because I was only halfway through it and I realised when I kept reading it. Where did you get the time to do all these jobs?
Well, it didn't happen. It didn't happen all now together. It's taken about 28 years to get there.
So I suppose, listen, all jokes aside, with all the jobs they've named out there, Kathleen, you've seen it all.
I'd like to think I have, yeah. I suppose when we started back in 1993, if you told me that I would still be involved 28 years later, I would have thought, no, it's not possible. Mm-hmm. But yeah, here I am. It's not like it's a chore. It's a passion. It's definitely a passion with me.
Yeah, and hang on a second. Like, say, you've been involved so long with Ladies Gaelic football. Did you ever think that you'd be getting an award, like with the Hall of Fame?
No, never. It's totally humbling. It's a huge honour to get. I'm very happy, obviously, for myself, and I'd like to thank Olivia Flannery McLaughlin for the nomination. Mm-hmm. And I think I might speak on behalf of all the winners tonight, to say that we're standing on the shoulders of thousands and thousands of people all over the country, all over the world who profile ladies football and do similar type of work to what the rest of us are doing at a volunteering level.
Mm-hmm. You must be very, very proud as a volunteer now, getting an award, the Hall of Fame award, just to see the progress of Ladies Gaelic football down through the years, particularly maybe in the last 20 years.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Dáithí. I mean, when I played myself back in 1993, for any little bit of coverage, we were dependent on, the print media and the local media. There was no such thing as social media, mm-hmm. Facebook Live, streaming, the work that TG Carr is doing, that was completely foreign to us 27 years ago. So the whole advent of media has been wonderful for the game.
Yeah, and I suppose, like, for example, as you mentioned there, what it was like when you were playing, and all of a sudden then, maybe around 20 years ago, you were watching matches every Saturday and Sunday live on national television.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Of course. And I mean, it's wonderful, the relationship that we've had with TG Carr over the last 10 years, to bring the ladies game into so many households and so many international units. It's fantastic. The numbers at our All Ireland have been so pleasing to watch. Yeah. Moving up exponentially, and over 56,000 in 2019. We were kind of cheated a little bit in 2020, but I'd like to think that maybe not in 2021, but certainly from 2022 on, we're going to build on those figures.
We certainly are. Kathleen, do you know what? Just like Mikey there, when we sent cameras down around County Laois, while the cameras were on the road, we said, you know what? Will you swing up to Sligo as well, because we have to get the right measure of Kathleen Kane. Have a look at this.
Oh, selfless in everything that she does. Yeah, she gives total commitment to everything. She has a lot to give and has given a lot of her time and made many sacrifices over the years for ladies football.
She's very loyal, she's extremely supportive, she's very kind, she's always there for you.
Dedicated, busy, headstrong at times, very enthusiastic about what she does, no matter what she takes on.
She's always out there trying to promote the game and trying to get kids involved. Just you pick up the phone and she's always at the other end of it.
I suppose she has been with our club since day one, which was in 1993. She was always a very, very committed player, and I suppose she brought the rest of us younger ones along at the very start, and she would have been a role model within the club.
She would always be, the one that we would all turn to. She's the eldest of 4 girls. Fantastic with, our kids, her nieces and nephews. The extended family are very proud of her achievements.
Ladies Gaelic football is part and parcel of Kathleen's life now, and has been probably for the last, the best part of 30 years.
She's been a player, a mentor, a manager. She's never left it. It's in her blood. She'd say herself she's a manager of people.
A very efficient lady at anything she does. She has a good personality. She can get on with people. She can bring people with her. She never shy away from work.
She's an absolute Bible of knowledge, when it comes to ladies football. She gives everything. Knowledge, support, loyalty.
When Gaelic football started up here in the county, she was at the forefront of the inception of it. After her years of playing, she got involved with the administration side, and she's worked with the club, an official with the county board, and then with Connacht then at national level as well. She's been very dedicated and committed, and it's always been about the game, the development of the game, the promotion of the game, and about the players.
Kathleen was a sharp shooter within our club and within the county. Always guaranteed a few points, a few scores. One day in particular, our club, we were in our first Connacht junior final. Kathleen had scored a hat-trick that day for us. My refereeing days when she was playing as well, I always say she was one of the best referees that ever was when she was playing. Before she ever took up a whistle, first team the Sligo put into a competition, she was on that team, and she had that passion as well within her playing days as well.
Football is just in her heart, absolutely, and has been. I only came to football later in life, and I was never be as passionate as Kathleen, but I'm not far off, but I'm getting there. There's no doubt that ladies football is where it is today as a result of many volunteers, but Kathleen is a huge part of it.
This is the Hall of Fame award for being a volunteer, and yes, definitely Kathleen has given a huge commitment. As I said, probably the best part of 30 years of her life involved in ladies football. And it's just a reward for Kathleen at this stage.
I suppose really I don't know how she hasn't got it before now, because she's been involved at all levels.
Kathleen has got numerous awards for ladies football over the last number of years, and we've been very proud of her achievements, but I suppose this award is particularly special because it's an acknowledgement at national level.
I think she's going to be very proud, as I said it already, it's just going to make life hell for the rest of us having to listen to her about it, but I always remember the family aspect. Her family, they were just so proud. They were so proud of her. That pride was so glaringly obvious every time you saw them together as a unit.
And she's given just so many hours, and I suppose we as a family would see the dedication and the highs and the lows. She's always surrounded herself with wonderful people in the association, and that have been a massive support to her.
Enjoyed the occasion, well done, and congratulations, and main thing, stay safe.
Congratulations, Kathleen, well deserved, and we look forward to the 4 of us meeting up and having a celebration at some stage during 2021.
Kathleen, congratulations. Without a doubt, it is so well deserved. Enjoy every minute of tonight.
It's really well deserved, and can't wait, I said, just for us to celebrate and getting back, I said, to having the fun again.
You've brought us as a county a long way. And you've had the association in general.
Congrats on your award. We're all delighted here in St. Nathan's.
We just want to say congratulations on your award. It's a wonderful achievement. You're so deserving of it, and we're very proud of you.
Now, Kathleen, what do you say to all of that?
I possibly have spoken to most of those people all week, and nobody let the cat out of the bag. I have to have a serious chat with a number of people.
It was a lovely surprise, though, Kathleen, I'd imagine.
Oh, absolutely. That totally came from left field. It's quite emotional because each of those people that were featured, I've had, a 100% footballing relationship with them all the way back since 1993, and some of them even more recently. But I'm shocked. I'm truly shocked.
Kathleen, we want to see your award as well. Will you show us your award, please?
I sure will.
Yeah. Do you have a place for that now? Where will that be put?
Oh, I think it'll definitely take pride of place because it's a beautiful, beautiful piece, and I'm very, very honoured.
Yeah, do you know, Kathleen, one of the really nice things, even just from chatting to you here and after reading out your big, long, huge biography before even chatting to you, that, you know, you got into this just for the sake of it, you know, as in just to play football, just to be there with other people, just to make friends, and you have come so far, and now, and that you didn't expect anything from it, only the enjoyment of playing football and being with other people, and getting the award now, the Hall of Fame award. You know what, I'm just so delighted for you, Kathleen.
Thank you very much, Dáithí. Yeah, it is wonderful. I mean, you know, when I started back in 1993, you know, I was in my late 20s. So everybody can work out my age, but you know, I didn't have the benefit of, you know, under 12, under 14, under 16 minor football. You know, I started as an adult, and I played for 10 years. There was as much as the knees could do, and it just seemed to be like a natural progression almost. You know, to move into refereeing and then suddenly into administration. So, as I say, it's not a chore; it's a passion.
Kathleen Kane, you are the Hall of Fame winner for 2020. Congratulations, well done. Tá fáilte ród. Great to have you, Kathleen. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There are our 10 awards for tonight. And I'd like to conclude with a short message for credit unions throughout the country. We have celebrated the LGFA Volunteer of the Year Awards here tonight, and the newly established partnership between the LGFA and currentaccount.ie from PAEC Credit Unions. I know that credit unions throughout the whole country have remained open throughout this pandemic, and I would just like to send my best wishes from everybody here in Croke Park. Naomh, well done. You have continued to support your community throughout Ireland during this pandemic, and continue to bring out new products and services to assist people during this lockdown with current accounts, debit cards, contactless payments, which we're all very, very familiar about. Something I set up myself last week is a Google Pay account. And also, I believe Apple Pay is on the way as well. Congratulations on your partnership with the LGFA, and well done to all of the credit unions all around Ireland supporting your local community. Personally, b'bhailm buíochas agháil le Lynn, agus le Helen O'Rourke on LGFA, agus gan míle buíochas chuma leis an uachtarán Marie Hickey. A huge thanks to all the lads here behind the scenes as well. And just to let you know, we're in Croke Park, and just to set the scene, we are just behind the canal goal on this side, maybe, hang on a second, yeah, a few hundred yards back from the sideline. Peisgile, Wumsa Dáithí Ó Sé, ó Gachtain and so gur míle maithagibh cóchardachas leis na faitóirí at fad. Congratulations to all our award winners tonight, and le Conor Day Baby Nash and Blencha Chon. We'll be back here with next year awards with loads of people around us. Stay safe and God bless. Iha